Right, I think this is number 3 of our videos where we take a little nosy look at somebody else's pinball collection. And I'm here with Alan today. And thank you very much for inviting me over, mate.
You're welcome.
Alan's been very good, very, very good to me, because one of the reasons I'm here today is not just to film his collection. He is loaning me World Cup Soccer, and I don't know which order video. You might see World Cup Soccer arriving at my house first before you see this video. Maybe I'll get this one out first. Who knows? Depends how much editing's involved. But we're here. We've got a lovely collection, mate.
Yeah.
And your first one was Twilight Zone.
Yeah.
That was your first ever game, right?
16 years ago.
Was it?
Yeah.
You caught the bug?
Well, I didn't really have the bug then. It was when I brought it back from Cyprus. So it was in a holiday home in Cyprus, and brought it back here, and then I don't know. It just went from there. I thought, let's put an advert out. Let's try and get another pinball machine. Then it was Judge Dredd.
Which you got off Ian, is that right?
It was Ian, yeah. I got it from
Ian, who's been on this channel many times.
So, but while I was there, he had the Aerosmith. I went, oh, God, that's lovely. I did like the toy box going up.
Yeah.
He said, give Chris B a shout, because he gets a few pins. So, sent him a message, and then 2 became 3. Then I got the AC/DC, Lucy. That became 4. Oh, well, the rest is history.
Well, there you go.
Full.
They've bred. So we're going to take a look at Aerosmith. In fact, we're going to take a look now at every machine in his collection. And I've got to say, some quite wonderful wall art as well. If you don't know Alan, and if you only know him as a name on the forum, your forum name is?
Happypin.
Happypin, which
there
you may be able to see if the focus is right on the camera from that neon sign up there. Right, mate, let's take a look at your collection. Right, Alan, let's start off with this Whitewater. What's the story here? I mean, there'll be a few people that have seen this on the forum.
Picked it up from Flea Bay about 4 years ago. Cabinet was a little bit tatty. Had a couple of broken ramps, as they are on the Whitewater. I did do quite a bit of work with the Playfield prior, colour DMD, back glass I bought. But the cabinet was always its bug. And I thought, right, let's get it done, you know, because I'm at home, you know, I'm not able to work because of obviously living with cancer. So it was a good project. Take your mind off, you know, treatment and, you know, and the effects of everything, and just life in general, you know. So yeah, it was really good project.
Been therapeutic doing the restoration on it, is it?
It just, I mean, I was slow doing it because I just can't. I need to rest in between. So, you know, I took my time with it. Yeah, and it was just, I don't know, I just thoroughly enjoyed it. It just put me in a real happy place. So, and I'm loving the results. There's a few little bits I would like to do. You get this far, then you start looking at other stuff.
But what are you looking at? What do you want to do more?
The board with the lights on, and that really needs stripping down and spraying white. I've just had today a couple of ramps turn up, so I'm going to put 2 new ramps in there, because the others are new. It's just the Whirlpool and the lower ramp here. So I'm going to change those. Strip it down, give it a good polish inside again. But as you can see, it's looking good.
Stunning. It's stunning, mate.
Yeah.
Did Collie Wobbles do that for you, did he?
Of course. Good old Cole. Cole's been brilliant to me. I mean, he's been magic. Cole, Davey, on the forum, No Stumbler.
Yes,
they've all just been so kind to me. It's beyond belief. Chris B, also amazing. He contacted me about Pinfest, about the charity pins. Basically, half the money went to Sarcoma UK that was raised at Pinfest on the charity pins, which was just amazing. Really, really good stuff.
That is incredibly generous. It's great how people pull together, mate. You know,
the forum for me has just been incredible. It's been a lifesaver. It really has. You know, it's not just him. You know, even some of the Playfields that I've got on the wall here. You know, Scotty doesn't know gave me one of the Playfields. Put it on your wall. It didn't want to charge me. Someone else won for 50 quid. You know, everybody. You know, too many names to mention, really.
That's right. It's a lovely old hobby, mate. There's a lot of lovely people in this hobby. But you're a nice chap yourself, mate. So, you know, it's well deserved, my friend.
Thank you, Chris.
I love that. I think it's beautiful. Honestly, I think you've done a grand job.
From Cole.
Yeah, that's lovely.
I mean, he designed them for me, but I've noticed a couple of people on the forum have put their order in there. which
it's a
they're
great
just
effect,
fantastic.
isn't it? The you know, the Yeti or the Bigfoot or whatever it is.
The only thing is with the
Yeti,
Williams.
is it Bigfoot? It's Bigfoot, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeti's a snowman, isn't he? Because I've been through this before.
The only thing is with these, as you know, with Williams, you've got a small speaker and a large speaker.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so you've got the tweeter or whatever is on the right-hand
Yeah.
side. So you have to change the speakers
Okay.
out and get equal size speakers. Otherwise, you just can't get the lights in.
Well, it's impeccable, mate. I think I know there's a couple of things, as you say, you want to change this ramp. That's just arrived today, as you say, but really good. And you know what? It was great fun. I've only had one game on it here. I had really good fun playing it, actually. It's definitely a fun game. This is obviously, well, you're kindly lending me this lovely World Cup soccer, which is, funny enough, next to a World Cup soccer.
Well, this is Who Can't Be Named, owns it.
Oh, this is the Mystery Man's.
It's the Mystery Man. So he loaned me this.
Yeah.
I did put a wanted ad out, and I did have a couple of offers for loans, but not to buy. That no one wants to part with them. So Mark said, "Go on, you borrow mine." Oh, I've just mentioned his name now. Mark,
yes, that's all right. Yeah,
Sorry,
Mark. Mysterious Mark.
Mysterious Mark. So he loaned me this, but I loved it so much, I just want one. And a guy on the forum contacted me and said, a friend of mine's got one at my house, I've got it in storage for him, give him a shout. So it wasn't in this condition when I got it. I've given it a thorough, deep clean, quite a lot of stuff was broken.
Oh, blimey, hold on. That's me touching the button with me.
That's it, as you do.
Fat arse as always.
So yeah, put a colour DMD in it, new plastics. One of the ramps is damaged, but I've managed to do a couple of repairs, and it saves a couple of £100 on a ramp. Touched up the cabinet, new side rails. There's more I want to do to it.
Yeah, well, listen, mate. I mean, that's
legs powder coated.
Very generous of
yeah.
you to lend this to me and the channel, and to it can be any old top 50.
Well, it's not as if I'm without one.
no, but nonetheless, it is. So you obviously.
The only thing
so
is,
much is to it.
What
is it about this game?
Lights, though, that's the problem.
Yeah,
you can see the difference.
There is a match. You know what? And even you'll see it on the camera, the difference between the two.
Yeah.
So, what is it about this game then that you like it so much, or you had to have one?
Well, it's not really me, because all the pins I've got here, I hardly play them. I wouldn't come down here on my own and play a pin. It's more for family, and I've got football supporters, mad football supporters in the family, and when they come round the house, you can't get them off of it. There's something about it's a goal. It's like they lose the ball, they start the game. Lose the ball, start the game.
Yeah,
they just love it, absolutely love it. So. For me, it's about having a pin that the family love. It's not what I love. I know certain games here, even the Munsters and some other games, they get a cane in. But if the family love it, that's the reason to keep it.
Well, of course it is. People are going to switch it on and play it.
It really is a good game. Doing the ramps, getting a ticket, progressing to the World Cup. It's fabulous. You're going to love it. You really
I can't wait. I can't wait. Yeah, I really can't.
It really is addictive.
I'm thrilled. I'm absolutely thrilled with this. There's just so much value in a lot of these older games. Let's talk about your wonderful playfields here, because they look amazing.
So the middle one I got from Alan J. I put a wanted ad out for some playfields. Alan J was kind enough to come back. Yeah, I've got one. So we went up there for the weekend. We stayed in a hotel and had a little look around the area, picked that up. While I was there, someone contacted me as well, nearby, so I got the Flintstones, sold me that very cheap, which was very kind. The other one, which is the Demolition Man, came from Scotty Doesn't Know. Very generously gave it to me as a gift.
That's lovely, isn't it? It's nice.
Again, another guy on the forum who's just a really nice guy, like everybody is.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's as I said, it's a lovely hobby. There's some really nice people in it. So you made up a little frame for them, obviously.
Well, Alan J done that one with the frame.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I just followed suit and made up frames for the other two, so they all look the same. And the two outer ones, believe it or not, are just Christmas lights. This one you can go on, the middle one you can go on Wi-Fi and actually change the settings. The outer two, they're just Christmas lights. Stapled to the back.
That's brilliant, isn't it? I mean, really simple solution. You get a pack of Christmas lights from Amazon for less than a tenner, can't you?
Yeah, I mean, exactly. And
it works.
It's all about. You can change the settings as well. And I think I paid about 13 quid for the lights.
That's great, isn't it?
Changed the settings. They're adjustable lights as well. They're spot on. For the money, it's brilliant.
Mate, it's fantastic. Right, let's have a look over. Oh, sorry, let's take a look at your sign first. Not sure how well that will come out on the camera. Cameras never quite do neon justice, but that's very bright, very vibrant. Lovely sign, isn't it?
Yeah, Chris at the Pinball office. If you notice, anybody that's been to the Pinball office, you'll see he's got a very identical sign, apart from obviously the Happypin, but he's got, I think it's the Pinball office written on his, of course. And I said, I love that, I've got to have one of those. He went, I'll organise it for you.
Oh, that's nice. He's a nice guy.
Now, there's a story with that one.
What, this Playfield?
Yes, because it's not mine.
What is it? Is it Jungle Lord or something? What is it?
I don't even know the pin. So hopefully someone on this forum also bought it from Alan J, and he was supposed to contact me to pick it up. And it's been months, so it's not mine. So a shout out for the guy who owns it.
There you go.
To come and get it.
Whoever owns this Playfield, which game we don't know.
I've put it up there out the way so it don't get damaged. So it's plugged in today to show the guy. I've still got it. Come and get it.
Right. Controversial statement here. Munsters. This got a lot of stick. I've just played my first game on it where I could actually concentrate on it. I've had one game. I've got to say, these are rewarding shots. As I understand it, the game is not very deep. Don't care about that myself, by the way. I really enjoyed this game. Listen, I didn't know what I was doing. Okay, so I don't know how I was progressing. Can't think that I ever really watched the Munsters on telly, to be perfectly honest with you. But I really liked it, Alan. I've got to say, I really liked this game. I loved those ramps. The orbits were really nice. I know it's a pretty standard layout there, I guess fan layout with the scope. I was John Borg. I didn't even know. Didn't even know it was John Borg. I guess it is sort of. Actually, it is, isn't it? It sort of makes sense, particularly the two in lanes on that side. Sort of his hallmark, isn't it? Little mini playfield underneath. I enjoyed this game, mate. I enjoyed this game.
It is a good game. It really is. And again, it's not about me. And I know Pinhead, they give it a lot of criticism, but the family love it. If you're not an expert at pinball, it's a good game. It really is. So for beginners, you shove them on that or Whitewater, happy days, they're hooked.
343 of 600, but that is a limited edition 600, isn't it? It's not hard. Some limited editions go for over 1,000, don't they? That is a proper limited edition there. Yeah, I like it, mate. How long have you had that one?
Well, I part exchanged the AC/DC Lucy I had. It was just too difficult.
Yes, it's a tough game.
If I had 7 pins in a line back then, one of them was the AC/DC. If I have 6 guys playing, the AC/DC just didn't get played. So it had to go, and the Munsters was replaced, and now it gets used, and that's the most important thing.
Obviously, Tony is in the house at the moment, isn't he? He's in down here while we film, so it's a good job you said that about AC/DC while Tony wasn't here. He gets a bit pricked. He's already told me off.
What, he likes it or don't
he
like
loves
it?
he loves AC/DC. Yeah, he told me off for criticising it in the video.
The Lucy artwork, it was a fantastic looking pin. I mean, I didn't even want to let it go, but if it's not being played, it's got to go.
No, I agree. And yeah, listen, I'll say nothing more. I don't want to be told off by Tony. One of my most favourite games, this, mate, and a remake, I see.
Yeah, again from the forum, that one. I put an ad out, wanted.
I've not ever seen one with the big screen, actually.
Well, it's the remake, isn't it, this one?
Yeah, no, I know, but not all the remakes had the big screen.
Oh, okay. I was unaware of that.
Yeah. No, this is...
But yeah, again,
lovely.
Family love it.
It's just special,
more so, Jodie. Jodie, we can't get off of it. When my niece comes round here, she goes straight to this machine, attack from Mars. That's it. Kicks her shoes off in front of it, and she's comfortable.
No, mate. This is a special game. This will, I've owned one myself. Matt Vince kindly lent me one as well. So I spent a lot of time on this game. And all I will say is anything that finishes higher up than this on the old top 50 is going to be doing pretty well.
Is it going to be quite high up, is it?
This, yeah.
It will be.
Yes.
Good. I'm glad to hear that. It's a cracking game. It really is.
It may well be the perfect pinball machine. It may well be.
Oh, well, I'll be watching that. for curiosity. But I think any game that gets, if you get tense in your arms, if you feel the machine. If you're sitting there and you're quite relaxed, you get tense in your arms and you know the machine's got you. And if you want to kick it, it's really got you.
No. I think if I want to kick
quite often want to kick the leg.
If they frustrate me, they go. Basically, I think there's a balance. I never confused the wanting to kick it and wanting to destroy the machine with me wanting to press the button.
I definitely want to kick the leg.
Well, yeah, but it doesn't stay. If I do that, it doesn't stay. I've got to want to press the button again. If I feel it's unjust, right?
Yeah, of course.
Like you hit the ramp and it rolls back down. Well, I hit the bloody ramp. Why has it not gone up? Anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a Twilight Zone now, Alan. At Pinfest, you really wanted to get me hooked on Twilight Zone, didn't you? So you made me play it.
Well, maybe I'll try and make you play this one because, as you can see, it's heavily modded. It's got.
Well, do you know what? The thing is, these games, these Twilight Zones, are so packed. I don't think I'd recognise a modded one from a non-modded one. So obviously, I can see Collie Wobble's plastics all over it. Aside from that,
yeah.
Obviously, I can see. Are they Davies lollipops?
Yeah.
On the
not the pop bumpers, but it's on these slingshots.
So they're star posts.
Yeah, you can see they're glowing red. Yeah, as soon as they get hit by a ball, they circle a lot of lights. Yeah, so that's got Davies mod on there. Obviously, Collie Wobble's speaker lights.
Okay. Let's have a
and again, that was a present. He sent them as a present to cheer me up. I'd gone for a bad chemo, and I posted on the forum a little bit about my cancer. And next thing I know, Davey and Cole sorted out a little parcel of a cheer me up present, which was just amazing of these two guys. Really was fantastic. But you can see that's not the spiral ramp in the middle. That's not standard. So that's
this isn't, no?
No. It's normally a straight ramp.
Oh right. Did you drop it and it got bent or something?
Well, I was going to say I put it over someone's head, but I bet I said you know who. But anyway, it's got about 30 different mods on there. Some are visible.
Wow. Okay.
When I talk about mods, like speaker lights, the colour DMD, the topper, which the memory card has got.
What about this light here that I'm seeing here where it says Twilight Zone there?
Yeah, that's another mod.
That's a mod.
That's normally just plain.
See that there? Yeah.
On the mini playfield, there's when it goes into the mini playfield and the magnets are active.
Yeah.
There's two red lights that flash across the playfield, which is active when you push the flippers. I've lit up the scoops.
We've got a topper as well on there. I noticed.
The back glass as well has been replaced.
Okay. That's not the original design, or it's just a new.
No, it's the same, but it's in glass. Oh, and also the Twilight Zone on the speaker panel that's lit up.
Okay.
So that's not standard. So I've routed in and put some lights behind that. The list goes on. There's loads on there.
Yeah, it's in really lovely condition as well, mate.
It wasn't like that when I got it. So
is that chromed or is it polished?
Polished lockdown bar, and these are. I think they were chrome. It's been such a long time ago I put them on. I can't remember now. Even polished.
Did you polish that?
I've got someone to polish them up for me. Yeah. I mean, they come up like chrome when you get them polished.
Yeah, I can see.
Fantastic.
First time I ever saw one was Keith's New Forest Pinball. He was doing a Indiana Jones for someone, and I said, "Oh, that's chromed." He said, "No, it's not chromed. I polished it." Yeah, I didn't know. I didn't even know that you could.
It's incredible.
That you could polish whatever it is, steel or is steel, right?
Yeah, but that's the first pinball machine I bought. So that come from Cyprus.
That effect's really good on the lights, mate. It's like they're spiralling on the speaker panels.
Oh, speaker panel. Yeah.
Yes, it stopped now. Just a second ago. Obviously, they're sort
of
pulsing. Now,
they are connected via
the lollipop.
Davy's board. So you can go into there and change the settings. So again, Davey and Cole say they sorted all that for me. It was plug and play really. Brilliant, really good mod. Love it.
This now, not everyone will know this because obviously we've very lucky that people watch the channel at all. But we've gained more subscribers in the last year or so, so people won't be aware that this was actually my second game. I haven't even spoken about this game very much, which is Star Trek Next Generation. And I don't really even have any footage of it on the channel because it was before I really started filming and doing this stuff. I love this game. I love Star Trek The Next Generation. I think it's just a wonderful, wonderful game. Just keep on playing it, It's got to have, in my opinion, which you have got there, the lane extender guides, which is just sort of under there at the moment.
I didn't put those on.
Oh, well, okay. So
I was unaware of that.
Yeah, well, just under there. Normally, see where that screw head is? See where the metal lane guide, the out lane, so that the metal bit goes up there.
Okay.
Where the screw head finishes, that's normally where the standard ones finish.
So is that cheat guides?
Cheat? Yeah, okay, if you like. Yeah, but it really improves
the game. Is that the same for the right side as well?
Both of them, yeah.
Oh, okay. I have seen them for sale, and I didn't think they were
brutal game otherwise.
Oh, the right lane is awful.
So yeah, that makes it a little bit kinder. What a fantastic and amazing game this is. I just think it's very, very special. It's got...
I've just noted one of these stadium lights that I put.
Oh, it has,
it's dropped down. I'm going to have to sort that out. Them bloody sticky magnets.
Tell you what, they work. Yeah, okay, but they work in there. That's just, it gives it that extra bit of illumination, doesn't it? Don't get me wrong. Look, I like Stern Star Trek. I've had one. I've owned one. In fact, Spencer's selling it soon, actually. But this has a charm and a personality that
Do you prefer
doesn't
this
have.
one?
Oh yes, yeah.
I mean, I like the orbit. When you go factor 1, factor 2, it's just.
What on here?
Yeah, when you're doing the outer.
Yeah, which is the
it's
warp.
Really satisfying. Yeah. You did a warp.
Which is they call it the warp ramp on the Stern one. It's
same. Oh, okay.
But it meant it's a lot of people's favourite shot. And to be fair, it's a little bit easier on the Stern one.
Oh, is it?
Than this one. Yeah, it is.
It is difficult.
It is
but
difficult.
When you get up, I think it's 9
9.1, 9.2.
Yeah,
I mean, it's special.
It's fabulous. It's satisfying.
It is satisfying. It's one of those sort of. It is, well, it's not a pinball moment in terms of a mechanism doing something, but actually in terms of one of those things that it's almost like the destroy the ring on Lord of the Rings, where you're hitting the shot. Normally, it's an easy shot because it's in that mode and you're having to hurry. It puts an extra tension on you. It puts an extra pressure on the shot. I think when it's going, 9.1, 9.2. I don't know why I've given Patrick Stewart a slight American accent there, but it just makes each one makes you a little bit more nervous, and I think that's a great thing about pinball. It can make
because if you lose the ball, it just resets. Yeah, you've got to start again.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's annoying.
Yeah, absolutely.
As with pinball.
Wonderful. Okay, well, and here, well, funny enough, you were waiting on the video to come out. Myself and Spencer, before he sold his recorded. A video on Theatre of Magic, which before that went to David's and Claire's house, and we've not done it yet. But this is a very, very popular machine with us. This is something that we spent hours and countless hours and many pizzas and many beers been spent playing this. Well, obviously you like this game. You own it.
As you can see, I'm a Williams fan. Bally Williams, you can see they're here. It was just one. I've got to add it into the collection, I know I've got a couple of Sterns there, but I think in real terms, I'd prefer all Bally Williams in the collection. I like working on them, repairing the boards, modding them. It's just so much more you can do with the older machine. And the rule sets are generally straightforward. And again, this gets a lot of love since I've had it here. Yeah, it gets played, which is the main objective.
It's packed. Let's be fair, it's packed with ramps and shots.
And it just looks good.
Yeah.
It looks fantastic.
It does. It's an old favourite. And this guy's games, which is obviously World Cup Soccer, this, Tales of Arabian Nights, Circus Voltaire. I mean, he made some good games, right? Just wonderful games. And do you know what? Simple little things, particularly for short arses like me. It's funny, actually. I think I spent so much time playing this game. I think I always assumed that every game had a mirror where you could change the lanes on it. It was really because I just spent. I think me and Spencer spent 10, 15 years just playing this. This was our only pinball experience.
Wasn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. This is all we did. So
it must be good if he had it for all that time.
Oh, it was brilliant. And I can't even remember what game I played, but I do. Actually, it was Deadpool. The first game I played after 15 years of playing Theatre of Magic was Deadpool and Bournemouth Pier.
Okay.
Which I really enjoyed. I can't see the.
Wow.
Where's the mirror?
Yeah.
Where's there a mirror? Yeah.
It was a mod.
There we go. I didn't even know that there were such things as mods at that point, to be honest with you. And here we go. The famous Addams Family.
I know, it's just fetching crazy money. Thank God I bought it when I did, because...
When did you buy it?
About 4 years ago.
Okay.
Again, Fleablay, I bought this one from.
Was it in good nick when you got it?
Yeah, previous owner had it for 15 years, just sitting there. He hardly played it. So the cabinet's tidy. Playfield, it's got the usual wear in places. It could do with a new Playfield maybe, but am I going to do it? I don't know. I'd like to, but it is a tidy machine. I mean, you look around the flipper buttons. I mean, I've put some guards on there, but you normally get all the paint wear, as you see over the years. I mean, there's just a little tiny bit on it. It was a good find. It was a really good find.
You like the game?
It's not one that I play.
Okay.
To be honest with you. Again, it's the family love it. My sister, Hannah, can't get her off of it.
Oh, really?
Again, she sits in front of it, shoes off.
Right.
That's it. She's there for hours. And Hannah loves the game.
What's your favourite game, Alan?
The one that you don't like.
Oh.
Yeah. I think because it's my first game, it's the Twilight. Second favourite, the White Water.
Sure.
That's why I've done the cabinet up. I mean, I like them all, to be honest with you. But yeah, the Twilight is now to the floor. The White Water is now to World Cup Soccer. I'm loving that.
Yeah.
When it's more when the family come round and we get together. We do barbecues and we could have up to 30 people in the garden. And we have the games room open as it is today. The car comes out, and the sound of the machines going and people are having fun. That's what gets me.
No, mate, you've been a great host to us today with all your chicken.
Spiced chicken.
Spicy chicken.
You wait till tomorrow.
Hey, I tell you, mate, we're in an enclosed space. You wait till now. Depends how long I'm on that South Circular for later as well. Me and the van. Yeah. Finally, there we go. It's
Aerosmith.
An Aerosmith, and like buses, I'd never seen an Aerosmith before. About a month ago, now I own one, and I've come around someone's house and they've got an Aerosmith. But this is the premium version. So with this one, it's got a little upper playfield. Well, it confused me, didn't it, Alan, when I first saw it?
Yeah, it sure did. But this one I got from Chris B. Again, it's about 3-4 years. Most of the pins I bought about 4 years ago. The odd one in the last few years, but I just went crazy.
Is that an official topper?
No.
Oh, it looks good though, doesn't it?
Come from America, that one. I've forgotten the company. Laser, the last bit, it's Laser something. Laser Riffit, is it, or something like that? I've forgotten the name, but yeah, you just can't get your hands on the original topper, so, that was a couple of £100.
Well, you can't get your hands on these bloody games now. I say that, I haven't just got one, but...
But when I bought that, it got so much criticism on the forum. Everybody hated it. Now, it's creeping up and people want it, and there's just not enough in the country.
Well, it's an excellent game.
Oh, I love it. Again,
it's an excellent game. It's a good game. It's easy to understand.
That's what we want with pinball, especially with family coming round.
And the sound's good. Even the thing is, even if you're not necessarily into this music, there'll be a couple of tunes that you might not, that you think, I know this song, but you might not have known it was Aerosmith.
You are tapping your feet through it.
You are tapping your feet, yeah. It's I think when you tie in the game, the ease of the rule set.
Yeah.
It's with the music, which is pretty good. And then it's got personality as well. This game, it's got charisma. I think this is the other thing. You look at all these games right here. Addams Family and Dieta and Star Trek. Not so much that one. Attack from Mars. And then you sort of go over here.
You've gone too quickly with the camera. What were you saying about the Twilight Zone?
No, I didn't. Sorry, I missed it. These have got charisma. These games have got personality, and I think that's one thing that Stern sort of miss out on, really. But what I would say about that is it does have charm. It does have a bit of personality.
Definitely.
The Aerosmith.
I think the toy box in itself...
It's great.
Well, that's
great.
The toy box is fantastic. Yeah. That's what sold it for me. And when I first laid my eyes on one when I was at Ian's, when I was picking up the Judge Dredd, and me and Alfie, he said, go and have a game on it. So we had one game. Oh, no, I want one. The toy box sold it for me. And, put a call out at Chris Bean. I mean, I've got one coming in. Couldn't believe it. So
that's great.
Within a few weeks of the Judge Dredd, we had the Aerosmith, and then the AC/DC followed afterwards, which just didn't suit our pinball skills.
Mate, you know what? It's a really lovely collection. Thank you for, well, I was going to say sharing it with us. Thank you for sharing that with me, which I'll in turn put on the channel.
Love it. You will love it.
I can't wait. I can't wait. What you've got an event coming up, a fundraiser.
Right. So I used to play squash about 3 or 4 times a week.
Yeah.
And as well as what we did for Pinfest, well, what Chris B did. So I'll start with what happened at Pinfest. So Chris B sent me a message. Look, you know, we have pinball machines to raise money for charity. How do you feel about we do something for your cancer? So yeah, so half the money went to Sarcoma UK, thanks to Chris.
Bless him.
I was choked to put it that someone, you know, can consider, you know, my cancer, because my cancer is very rare. So a lot of people won't have heard of sarcoma, but my one specifically is the common one out of the rare ones, leiomyosarcoma. So originally, 8 years ago is when I had the cancer on the spermatic cord. That was removed. Didn't need any chemo or radiotherapy, but heavily monitored for the last 5 years after 2014. 2019, there's been movement on my lungs, and of course it's now spread to other places. So without going to all the different places, but yeah, I'm lucky where I can still hide the cancer. You know, I've got it on the legs, I've got it in the groin, I've got several on my back. So I'm on chemo at the moment, trying to slow it down to prolong my life, basically. So, you know, I'm upbeat about it. I mean, it is what it is. What can you do? You're on a journey you can't get out of. So, but at the club, at the squash club I belong to, they're doing another fundraiser. We've got a website. I've forgotten the name of the organisation. No, it's the Just Giving page.
The Just Giving page. Yeah, we'll put the link on literally in the description underneath this video.
If people want to donate, you know, £1, £5, it all helps. So we're up to about, last time I looked, we were 564. But on this Saturday, people are going to be cooking meals, so it'll be a nice get together at the squash club. And
where is the squash club?
It's in Dulwich. It's called Dulwich Sports Club. I've been a member there for over 20 years. And again, I've had to pack up playing squash because obviously with the leg, you know, with the cancer in this leg, it's just not viable. And plus the treatment suppresses my kidneys, and they advise me not to do any exercise. So luckily I've got pinball to fall back on as a hobby. But yeah, so this Saturday there'd be meals being sold. People donate the food, the meals will be sold. People can donate via the link, or turn up and have a meal and pay for a meal, and it all goes to Sarcoma UK. So hopefully we can raise a few quid, and you know, because the knowledge they know on this sarcoma is, I mean, I once said to the consultant, I thought, you know, you can write back on the back of a stamp.
Yeah, because it's so rare.
So rare. They went, actually, it's more like a letter, more like an envelope.
Wow.
I thought, God, that's not a lot. When you think all the other cancers, you know, you can...
Books,
yeah.
But
on sarcoma, you know, what they know, it's all trial and error. You know, and I go in there, see the consultant, and I say, look, my cancer, the one on my leg is flared up. They never give me a definite answer, because they don't say, oh, yeah, that's normal. They go, well, that's interesting.
Yeah,
because they just don't know.
Yeah, you're the guinea pig, yeah.
Yeah, and others, and we all respond differently. And you get someone else with sarcoma, and where it's gone secondary, it won't be in the same places as mine. It would have gone to the lungs, because that's where it goes to afterwards. I've been very lucky that they've stayed quite small. But, you know, the ones on my back, the ones on my leg, they won't have them in the same place. It literally can go anywhere. I've just been fortunate that it hasn't gone to the kidneys, the liver, the brain. It can literally just go anywhere. So soft tissue sarcoma, that's what I've got. And hopefully I'll be here for as long as possible with the chemo. If it carries on holding it and slowing the cancer down, then I should hopefully get valuable time playing pinball. That's
well, mate, I think it's very brave of you to share that, particularly on camera. So, you know.
No, I'm happy. I'm always happy to talk about it.
No, well, fair play, mate. Honestly, fair play. It's not an easy thing to do, mate. But, you know, listen, you're well loved and you're very much appreciated. You're a bloody good guy.
Thank you,
I know you consider to be pinball would be a massive distraction for you, which you love it, don't you? I know you do.
Incredible. I mean, the white water was I've sort of finished it, but I haven't. There'll be a few other things to do to the white water, but I literally was decaling that 3 days after my chemo. And
you had the energy to do that. Obviously, it's not.
Well, my brother come round, Alfie, and he gave me a hand putting the decals on.
Makes a nice cup of tea, Alfie.
Yeah, he does. He's a good all-rounder, Alfie. I mean, he's just brilliant. Absolutely. I'm very lucky to have a brother who's my best mate.
Yeah, no, he's a nice guy, mate. Well, listen, you've been a great host, and not just because of the pinball machine, but having everyone round today, mate, and you've fed us, you've watered us, and we greatly appreciate it, mate. And we'll put the link to the Just Giving. I'll try and get this video up ahead of It's on Saturday, right? The event.
It's on Saturday, but the link will be active for 5 years apparently. So
there you go.
So even if future people watch this video, they can still make a donation to sarcoma.
There you go. And well, as you say, every penny helps because they
definitely
they don't seem to know an awful lot about it. So, mate, you're a gent.
Thank you, Chris.